All right, welcome back. So we did this um video on the story of Dr. IKENNA, who sadly self-deleted himself from frustrations of child support, child custody battle. A quick update on that real quick before I go into the comment section and react to some of the comments. The comments were not women. I shouldn't be generalizing. Many women were triggered by some of the things I said in this video. One of the things being a lot of men are in fact going to frustrations and battles between them and their ex-partner on child support issues, and a lot of women do weaponize the fact that the social construct allows for double standard when it comes to custody. Okay. I left some facts. Let me see if I can pull up those facts. Where did I pull them? Oh, I thought I put them somewhere, but no worries. Okay. Bottom line is that there's some data that reveals to us that most men that are actually due child support, they don't get the child support, and they're not really enforced because the men generally don't just run to court even if they were awarded child support. Some men do. Okay, you know why I said that? Because somebody is about to say some men do. Yes, you're right, some men do. Okay, keyword some. Okay, but generally speaking, this is something that women are capable of weaponizing. It doesn't mean that all women are weaponizing them. That's not what it means. So anyway, he self-deleted himself, and he became a viral news because my friend Clayton decided to make it popular, and then he went viral for dragging African women and then interjecting the whole thing with his own story. And I was saying earlier, shout out to the mom of 5, because she said the ex-wife Clayton actually reached out, and he's actually allegedly owing about $200,000 in child support. It's no wonder that he can relate. So anyway, why are we saying this today? There's no need to be triggered. You're absolutely correct. Some women pay child support. That point is not relevant to the point I was making in the video. It's absolutely, like I said, that's absolutely irrelevant. Okay, it's irrelevant. The point is that, especially here in America, there is a need for some type of reform when it comes to how they enforce child support. Asking for reform in child support is not relevant to a person should be able to take care of their children. Irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant. If you said that, it's an indication that you didn't understand the topic. Wait, but isn't child support for taking care of children? It was supposed to be, yes. Okay, it was supposed to be. But a person that divorced another person and they're now awarded $15,000, right? That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money beyond their lifestyle. Okay, well, it's kind of fair because they were living together and they were used to a certain lifestyle. You can make that argument, absolutely. Okay, but what I'm telling you is that there's no perfect systems. Like I said earlier on in this live stream, there's no perfect systems. Every solution creates new problems. Somebody is going to abuse it. Somebody is going to bastardize it, even though it was designed for a useful purpose initially. The child support laws fall in that category. Yes, initially it's designed to take care of children, so that they don't have to miss or skip a beat in case something happens to the marriage between their parents. But anything that involves money, over time will get bastardized. It will continue to need reform as time goes on. We might get into another cycle where now people are irresponsible and they think they're just entitled to just saying no child support, and then we have to force them to take care of their children. We might end up in that cycle again at some point. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with here. So let's get back to some of the comments. Let me scroll up here. All right. So lots and lots of comments. Okay, hopefully I see. Okay, I think I found it. This should have been the most popular comment. I don't know why it's not rising to the top, but let's just go from top to bottom. I asked a simple question: do you think child support laws in the Western world are fair to men? It's a general question. I'm curious. Let me see who answered. It's a general question. The question does not say, do you think child support laws in the Western world is a necessity? That's not what the question said. It said, is it fair to men? Now, if you follow me long enough, you know that if a man comes to me, I'm not going to be asking him to be asking for fair. I will ask him to learn the game and may the best player win. That's what I'll be telling him. Okay. And I will tell him also that if he continues to play that fairness thing, he's going to lose. All right. But so it was a trick question, you know. But I was hoping a few people would get it right. So it went. Let's see. I see Adebusola. I think Adebusola is in Nigeria. I think Adebusola is part of the Prestige family. She said, "I don't know about fair." That's somebody that's been listening. But I do think. Don't do that. Let's go back. Why are you doing this? Why are you gay? Let's go back. Okay. So she said, I don't know about fair, but I do think it's morally okay to pay for the care of the... Oh, just in case, sorry about that. This is the story that we're talking about. This is the story right here. That's Dr. IKENNA. So this will be somewhat of a continuation of part 2. Okay. All right. So I have too many tabs open, so pardon me. I'm just closing them. Okay. All right. So Adebusa said, I don't know about fair, but I do think it's morally okay to pay for the care of the children, right? So this is one of those bare minimum, right? Of course, you're supposed to pay for the care of your own children. Unfortunately, what she's about, the direction she's going, is not relevant to the topic. She said to pay for the child, but you help create man or woman if things do not work out between the parents. All right. So I don't think she got the full grasp of the context of the topic. The topic is child support laws, not child support. The child support laws. Where? Not in Nigeria, not in Dubai, not in UK. Okay, maybe in UK. The Western world particularly, but I think my mistake, I meant to say in the United States. Okay, that's my mistake. But I think most people kind of like know I'm talking about the United States. They know what I'm talking about. If you have been engaged with this topic, you know what I'm talking about. So the idea is, though, not child support laws. The laws, is it fair? Okay. So, but of course she went another route. I don't think it's okay to pay child care, to pay for money to take care of your children. It's not okay. It's a duty. But it's a different topic entirely. It's a duty that you take care of the children. But I also think most people know it's a duty. I think, I think when matters arise, sometimes it becomes a different story entirely, right? Every song's become a proverb. That's the loose translation of what I said in Yoruba. So Nanette says they wouldn't like this response. Okay, I'm actually going to like the response. And then Tonya, shout out to Tonya, Prestige family, Tonya, my G. She said, I think child support is there for a reason and okay regardless of sex. It is good because both parties procreate the child, mothers to pay child support. As you can see, if you edit a comment, it doesn't say edit on it, right? It doesn't say edit on it. So if I do this, I'm teaching you guys something real quick, right? I'm going to say sorry. I meant in the United States. So that will add some context to it, right? You will notice that it says edited on it once I edit it, right? But it didn't say it earlier, right? Once you touch it like that, it will basically say edited. So I didn't edit it. But Tonya, my G, missed the point. She was talking about child support, not child support laws. You get it? You get it? Anybody get it? No?
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
She said, when you said in the West, I assume US, UK, Canada. That's what I meant. Yeah. But I should have been more specific and say US because I know I don't know the laws in UK, but I know the men are also complaining about family laws in general over there. You know. Now, it's just because they're complaining doesn't mean they're right. So I want to be correct on that. Doesn't mean that, but it's a point of contention. We have to pay attention to it, right? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, we already got rid of that one. All right, so Tonya was talking about something else entirely. She was talking about child support. I'm talking about the laws. My question was about the laws. Let's see if the next person gets it right. I didn't realize this was going to turn to a pop quiz. Jesus! Somebody wrote a whole type of, I'm glad I met this. Regenerated mind 3799. Oh, I'm so happy I found this. Zilla said we get it. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so Regenerate Mind says there are too many misconceptions about child support. Ouch. Instantly odo loju eja, instant odo. Ish. Instantly I'm slashing like 30 points. More like he or she is gonna miss the whole point. More likely. Okay, we might build back up from there. Let's just take away 60 points for now. So this person has 40 points left on 100. Okay. Because I wasn't talking about child support. I asked a question about child support laws. It is very fair. All right, but let's finish it. I'm not going to take any other points. Okay. Right. Because I think in love and war, all is fair. Me personally. The law of a land. Who are you as an individual to say something is not fair? You better learn the game and make sure you are well positioned so that the sword of the government does not cut you off. So I will agree with that. You know what? I'll put 10 points because in love and war, all is fair. Okay. But it is not love and war. At the judge, it's at the discretion of the judge. Anyway, but you have a lot of power in your hands. But you have to be educated. And I'm not talking classroom educated. Okay. You have to be educated. If you've never been on the receiving end of unfair child support laws, I have. I'll tell you that story one day. If you've never been on the receiving end of child support laws, not directly, personally, not personally, but I have, okay, indirectly. If you've never been on the receiving end of it, you're not educated. It's highly likely you're not educated because you will make the same mistake. When I say child support laws, you would think it's child support we're talking about. Your moral compass will kick in and say, of course, you should take care of the children you created until your son collect in this family called street. And then you now be like, this woman, it is woman that is the enemy of women. That's when you now remember to tell us that. And then I will remind you, say, no, calm down. Don't drag. If you drag your fellow women mate, I will look at you funny too, just by the way. Okay. Anyway. So women are never favored over men. Never. A person that used the word never in this conversation, I'm going to slash another 20 points off instantly. There's no such thing as never or always in this conversation. It simply doesn't exist. Okay. What you will need to tell me is the rest of your story, your personal story, because I'm sure you're telling your truth with that never or always thing. You will need to tell me your truth for me to have 10 points off, down to 30 now on 100. All right, so let's keep going. Women are never favored over men. It is purely based on the income of both parties and who, male or female, has full custody of the children or shared custody. Now, that's true. It's based on income. The issue is that one side tends to make more money than the other side. Usually, okay? Of course, we have situations where a wife is making more money than the husband, okay? But one side tend to make more money. I'm not going to tell you what side it is, right? Because it will depend on what stats you pull up, right? But go and find out the stats. Who makes the most money in any household? Even if you want to say it's because of overtime, you can say it's because of overtime. But who makes the most money? Who is required? Who is expected to make the most money in any household? In most households, I should say. So if something happens to that marriage, who is making the most money? Who go collect wutu for child support laws? What do you think? Your thoughts are aligning with mine. I'm not telling you the answer. I just want you to think it. Okay, because my answers are probably no good. So based on the evidences, it is purely based on income of both parties and who, male or female, has full custody of the children or shared custody. Okay. Based on the evidences is capitalized. They're trying to emphasize something, make a point. Based on the evidences presented to the court will determine who will have full custody or shared custody. Like I said in that video, it is more likely everything else being equal. Everything else equal means life is perfect. Life is not perfect. Everything else being equal, the mother is going to get a minimum of shared custody. Okay? Minimum. Always. The only way she will get less than a shared custody, there are two ways I can think of. There might be some other ones. Either she's abusing drug or abusing the children with evidence. Outside of that, there's no chance. There's nothing you can tell me. And you cannot say the same thing about men chances. The most a man is going to get, unless he can prove that she's on drugs or she's not safe for the children, the most he's going to get is shared custody. Can you say that about the other side? No, you can't. It's not a gender war, it's just reality. Now, there are other aspects of life where men have the upper hand. It's called double standard. It exists on both sides. It exists everywhere. But in this one, no, you're going to tell on yourself right now. I'm going to keep reading. I'm reading this for the first time because the first time I saw somebody left, I did remember somebody left a long time and said, I'm not reading. If I'm going to read this, I will have to do a video. So I'm glad that Chinye pulled me back to do this. Based on the evidence presented in court, the court will determine who will have full custody and shared custody. In most cases of shared custody, no child support payment is required, but each parent will share any financial responsibility 50-50 on their minor child. That thing is not that perfect. Whatever that person just said is off. It's never that perfect. There's always something to it. Okay. If one parent, male or female, this person is actively trying to equal male or female. It's a struggle. This person has a need to equal male or female.
You doing what?
It's not a competition. A male is a male, a female is a female. Okay? It's not a competition. All right? The moment you compete with your wife, you will lose instantly. Okay? Because clearly, you don't know yourself, you're not sure of yourself, and you don't deserve to be a king. Absolutely not. The same thing is true. If you're a woman and you feel the need to compete with a man, there's nuances to that, but whatever, if overall we just deem it like, okay, we're equal, If that's what you're obsessed over, that whatever you have going on there is going to diminish down to zero. Because clearly you didn't need it. You don't need that man. You don't need that man. What do you need him for? You don't need him. So I see a lot of male or female. I do say that too, by the way, but I'm looking at the overall context. If one parent, male or female, makes significantly more money than the other, that parent may be required by the court to pay more. Let me even shock you. That's not the only time that women pay child support. There are so many Nigerian women that have paid child support to American men simply because he beat her to the court and tell the court that I'm afraid that she's going to take my child away to Africa. And the judge decided to not take the chance. They gave him the full custody. And she has to pay child support. Okay? I can think of at least 5 cases in my head right now. It wasn't about income. He was making more money. It was about he has full custody. So again, this black and white thing, this mindset, they work in real life anywhere. If you go to court, it is either that or not. No, you're a liar. You're just trying to tell us a lie that fits your narrative. In court, the judge has to use their discretion too. And sometimes they can't take chances. Same reason why Dr. IKENNA might have lost access to those kids, because the judge was not going to take a chance. Maybe there was some events. In fact, that's what we're hearing. There was some events that took, and she filed case, and the judge is like, you might be telling me lies, but I'm not going to take a chance. We're going to file the restraining order for now. Do you think somebody is going to think that's fair? It's not going to think that's fair. Are you going to think that's fair if that was your son? No, you're not going to think that's fair. But the judge is not going to take a chance, because there have been times that they took a chance and then the worst happened. So no, the court of law is not black and white. The written one is black and white. They still have to interpret it and then apply it accordingly to case by case by case. But over time, we can see some patterns, which is why we tell you, like, there's no need for you to compete with men when it comes to, they can get child custody. No, chill. Especially when we engage with the argument in that manner. No, chill. It's not relevant, as a matter of fact. That's not what we need to be teaching IKENNA. What we need to teach IKENNA is that his power was not inside of court. He should have spoken to someone so we can help him. Right? His power, once you enter that court system, all bets are off. When it comes to family law, it's not, generally speaking, it's not in favor of men. If you cannot be a leader in your household, if the government come and help you lead your household, you're not going to like it. It's not a matter of fairness. If I have to use the word fair, it is fair. Because they can't take a chance. Especially if there's issues of DV and stuff like that. They're not going to take a chance. And even the way he self-deleted, that correlates. Because that's violence. Right? Allegedly. Let's see here. So if one parent, male or female, makes it, okay, every child custody case is absolutely unique. Okay. All right. Looks like we're getting somewhere good, right? So there are definitely cases where men pay child support to men. Okay. In some divorce cases, women pay spousal support to men. Some, you know the percentage? Because I never said there weren't some cases. But that's okay. Educate us. In all divorce cases where both parties are gainfully employed, each spouse is entitled to a portion of the other spouse's retirement benefit. Tread lightly. Easy. If only one spouse is employed, then the other spouse, male or female, is entitled to a portion of the employment spouse's retirement benefit. I'm smelling common sense. The major point is that women are generally natural nurturers. Wait. Okay, you will get extra 20 points for that. So that person's point just came up to what, like 60? Natural nurturers. Okay, so nature and nurture at the same time. You think? Do you think that affects anything? Let's see if they go there. Hence, most child custody cases end up swinging the woman's way. Most of the evidences presented to the court, quote, you just get another 10 points by the way, so we're now 70. Most of the evidences presented to the court quite often, not always, indicate that it is in the best interest of the child to be with their mother. I'll put 5 more points on that. This is a good place for the men to read, right? It's not just this world is your enemy and everybody's against you. They are real, tangible, maybe not so tangible, but if you think deeper, it becomes tangible. Reasons why things happen the way they happen, or you see the stats that you see. But if your reading starts with your pain, you're going to misinterpret it to think the whole world is against you. I'm liking this. We're back to 75. All right, so sometimes the father may have full custody as well, regardless of who has the full custody. The court gives the other parent the right to visit and spend some time with the child, unless the parent is evidentially abusive. There you go. Incarcerated, a pedophile, etc. Regarding the lady's father, let every parent be sincere. If a news of someone taking his or own life suddenly goes viral on the internet and your child was wrongfully accused of being the cause, will you not be moved to defend your child? Especially when you have an in-depth knowledge of the entire situation, but the narrative out there is twisted against your child. A father's previous irresponsible behavior has absolutely nothing to do with the case. I did say that. Yeah, but I will still not jump out there and start responding to strangers. I still won't do that. It's still a testament to Mr. Francis. That's just him. That's just his behavior. By the way, here in America, it is very easy to verify professional license information. There's time lags as well. There's also time lags. You might be verifying something that's not in effect yet. Maybe by the time he took himself out, they didn't even get to it. So I see a lot of people saying that, oh, he was not looking. No, stop trying to be an investigator. You're not FBI. Stop it. Anyway, I have looked up IKENNA's license, and according to the records, IKENNA was licensed to practice as a medical doctor in both Maryland and New York State. His licenses were never revoked, yes, before his passing. But we don't know if he was in line. There's a narrative out there that he was thinking there's no way with the cases against him right now. Maybe they're setting up some kind of tribunal against him as we speak, that he's about to lose his license. Somebody can hear that and all they will repeat to the next person that he lost his license. The issue is that there's no need to disprove that. He's no longer here, you know. But I get what he's trying to say. His was never revoked. Neither was there ever any disciplinary action against any of his licenses. Hopefully, we'll get to know the truth of this matter soon. Hopefully, we don't actually, because I'm tired. Hopefully, we can get the lessons we've got so far and leverage it in our lives. If you find yourself in a situation in a court and you feel like it's unfair, remember, in love and war, all is fair. You remember you have the right to feel how you feel, but you need to understand that that's your feelings. You need to educate yourself so you can learn the game and learn how to play it in your favor and the favor of your loved ones. Okay? Because there's no system that's perfect. So that's why there are lawyers. That's why there are courts. That's why you have a doctor somewhere in Nigeria who was using YouTube videos to do C-section on a person. Did you guys see that news? Oh my God. All right, so I'll hit thank you for that person. Overall, thank you. 95. So a person said fair to men, women pay too. If they are the higher income earners, so the only reason why that person lost the point is because of the part where this child support the laws. They still didn't address the laws. That's 5 points lost, you know. But good job. Somebody said, cause I don't understand the men part, since it's the only men that pay. Let me read that again. Women pay too if they are the higher income earners, So are you asking if the concept of child support is fair? No, I asked what I asked. I said child support laws. Because I don't understand the men part, since it's not only men that pay. Oh, let me see here. Let's see. We might find something. Again, interpreting stats is as useful as it's useless, just so you know. So I don't really count on that. Okay, but I'm going to read some things here for you that Google pulled out. Men are more likely to pay child support than women in the United States. Is that a useful information? Let's see. Men are more likely to pay child support than women in the United States. Okay. Just because they also rule a child support case against them doesn't mean they are paying. Let's be clear about that. I'm talking about the ruling itself. Okay. But even this statement is saying pay. Okay. But women do pay child support. But B-U-T-T, big old but, women do pay child support. Agreed? Okay. You get it? Let me come to the chat. You get it? Let me see. Marriott, when did you enter the room? How far? How you did? We are still on this child support. Did you see all the comments in the last video? MOP is tired of men losing their kids and their money. No, it's deeper than that. If you lost your kids and your money, there's something you don't know. So I'm not, I sympathize with you. That's about it. But there's something you don't know, and there's a high likelihood you're not going to listen to me. I'm being honest. You're not going to listen to me. You're going to think it's the world against you. Precisely African women that are out to get you. That's what you're going to think. Zilla says state is sad state of affairs. This battle of child support between the two genders. Yeah, it is what it is. Every system gets manipulated and abused. That's just all we're saying. It's being abused, and but you really don't have to be a victim. You can choose to be a victim. But it might be a blurry thing. You might feel like somebody's just out to destroy you. Particularly your ex-wife. So, however, the number of mothers paying child support has been increasing in recent years. That's also important to note. They're saying the number of mothers paying child support has been increasing in recent years. And then there's an explanation. It says child support orders. In 2020, 51% of custodial mothers had a child support order, compared to 41% of custodial fathers. Let's say this properly. In 2020, 51% of custodial mothers, meaning they have full custody or they have custody or some stuff, right? They had child support order. No. It means they have the custody of children, so they have child support order, compared to 41% of custodial fathers. So fathers that have full custody, only 41% of them have a child support order that they are getting, right? But as compared to women who are 51%, to be frank with you, I'm willing to tell you, like, it's not that much different, but they're saying it's been growing, right? So it's growing from a certain place. In 2020, in terms of payments, the actual payments, there's a difference between the order and the actual payments. In 2020, 46% of custodial mothers and 43% of custodial fathers received full child support payments, meaning a lot of people have order, but they are not paying it. Oh, so if you don't pay child support, they will take you and lock you up in jail. Daddy freeze. No, that's not how it works. Okay, this number is saying most people that actually have orders against them that they're supposed to pay, they are not actually paying. It takes a minute. Imagine if they start locking up everybody that have children, that have sex and have children, and they're not paying child support. They're not locking them up. The street will be empty. However, they can't go to jail. Okay, if you have arrears against you and they're looking for you, if you have a warrant out there, or they are looking for you, they can't find you. Yes, you might end up going to jail. But they're usually willing to work it out. You can always go back and say, hey, these are my income. And from what we know too, some people can actually drop their full-time job and go and find menial jobs so that they can evade the system. We know that's happening too. I just don't think normal people do that. Non-cash support. In 2020, 65% of custodial fathers received non-cash support compared to 56% of custodial mothers. Okay. The shift in maternal responsibility, according to the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers, more mothers are paying child support due to societal changes. So the societal changes are actually moving in the favor of it's no longer fair. Actually, I just think just stay out of the child support courts. Secret. Don't tell anybody. Just do everything in your power. Stay out of the system. They don't know you like that. They will not only will they make you pay the best player, you will pay them a fee for it, for participating in your life. It's not worth it. If you can find a way to settle it, what did Very Dark Man say? It is better if you guys go and settle this in-house. Right? That's the best way to do it. Once you end up in the court and the do balls, especially if somebody have enough coconut head, they don't want mediation. So that's that. Women do pay the exception to the rule. I answered somebody said women do pay the exception to the rule of the conversation. I was specific. I said the conversation. Some people know here. Somebody said, as a woman and mother, I would think the child support laws all over the world tend to favor mothers, as they are mostly seen as the custodians of children after divorce. I am and my siblings are living witnesses of what a protracted battle between parents can cause children and their parents. Lots of trauma. RIP to Dr. IKENNA. And my prayers are with the children who are the real victims, because they have been forever denied the chance to bond with their father later in life, when all the dust and bitterness of their parents' murky divorce would have settled down. Good point, Fatima Ahmed. PDM says there's nothing like exception to the rule, because when is the woman that needs to pay is still a burden. My friend paid her husband hundreds of thousands of dollars, even as a doctor. She borrowed money from colleagues to make up to pay him, and now he's back asking for more. I said I disagree. There's no such thing as exceptions. Wala. Oh my God. There's no such thing as exception. There's no such thing as there's exception to the exception.
We go explain because no evidence.
Oh my God. I finally got through the comments. You're going through the comment with me? Said best to make out of court arrangements. Even then, the higher earners carries more burden. Yes. Who wants their children to suffer? If you end up in court, anything can shell. Yeah. It's do everything in your power. Don't be a loser. Talking about, I don't care. We're gonna take it. Don't be a loser. That's a very easy way to be a loser, because the reality is that you do care. So I said there's no such thing as exceptions. I put them in quote. That defiles the laws and principles of our very existence and experiences as humans. No system or persons is perfect. If you have listened long enough to me and my wife, you will know that we are part of the exceptions that we speak. There is no simple question here. Do we have as many women paying child support to men as much as the other way around? Not if women also pay child support or not. Two different questions, but answer. Yeah, let me see. Okay, they were done with that thread. Okay, so Binkwe, shout out to Binkwe. Binkwe is always here after the live show. Like D. I think D went to bed now. Bigwe said, thank you so much, Brother, for your wisdom. For the first time, I see a balanced perspective on this issue. I hope people are learning the lessons you're dropping. It takes a lot and something deeper and more complex for someone to decide to end. Yes. Because some people are here saying he deserved it or something like that. I'm going to get to that in a second. I pray that IKENNA's soul rest in peace and healing. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anika Adegoke, shout out to Anika Adegoke, say, I like the fact that the young doctor's family has remained silent. That's the best. That's like the best comment here. It's one of the best comments here. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it's good. Somebody said, sometimes it's good to speak up and defend your honor, just like the ladies. Yeah, but that's sometimes. But in this case, once it's a matter of life and death, I think silence for the most part is best. Once you have thickened emotions, silence is the best. Yes, sometimes you should speak up. This is not one of those cases. I disagree. Gloria ODJ says, you are a fabulous narrator. Oh, thank you, Gloria. I appreciate that. Gloria gets 100. Sorry. Your commentary, opinion, analysis on the issue was very. Oh, another person gets 100. Oh, let's see. Don't because of 100. Don't give me your authentic opinion. I will find you out. There are exceptions. I, for one, was the one who came out from divorce with the short end of the stick. Yes. And know at least 2 friends. We are the primary caregivers. So there are no exceptions. There are exceptions is the point, actually. Okay. And I was talking about the rule. The rule is what I was talking about, not the exceptions. But there are exceptions, absolutely. You know, I actually appreciate when somebody say there are exceptions because they understand that these are just the exceptions, right? We are the primary caregivers. It's frustrating, but we move. All right, so let's see here. People are getting it wrong. Olukemi Okewusi said, people are getting it wrong. He must have ended it up because he felt the lady cost him losing his license and access to his children. Certainly, he loved and enjoyed his profession and practice. It's just all sad. When the woman is the one making the money, this same law applies. Please don't get it twisted. Yeah, Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla. I think Priscilla was here earlier on. I said that's true. It's usually the man making the most money. Adebusola is here. She said, and it's mostly the mothers who are primary caregivers. Adebusola is like, what about the woman that's also the primary giver? Huh? What is wrong with praying for? Okay, Adebusola, you're right. Shout out to Adebusola. That's one of our day ones here. Yes.
Well, you're right.
All right, so I sure love your fair analysis of this case. Another person gets 100, Josephina. Aladegbami, okay. It happens all the time. It's unfortunate it took his own life. May we not take a knife for a wife. Hami, but goddamn. These are a part of the reasons most Nigerian women. Oh, come on, Alade, don't do that. Alade, stop. These are the reasons why most Nigerian women abroad will not get married as African men run away. African men are not running. If you present kwekus on a silver platter for African men, they eat it up and then they'll come and tell us they don't collect shege later on. It's still happening. They are not running.
You doing what?
They're not running anywhere. All right. So, bros, I could tell that's a bros. Let's stop the cap altogether.
Stop the cap.
Well, let's speak to yourself. You're not running. Okay. Oh, Lord. Problems everywhere. May we not take a wife as a knife. There are African men are running from her. Too many men are struggling, suffering in quiet, pretending. Pastors are quiet. They do not want to lose members. Greed and laziness everywhere. I think this is Clayton. There's no way this is not Clayton. So you will never understand until you experience the hatred in the heart of a woman. Hey. You can smell when a man has collected shiggy from one woman. Oh, one woman. It's usually not more than one woman. They will just say it, everybody. I'm taking a deep breath. It's a lot. You will never understand until you experience the hatred in the heart of a woman. Listen, Oberyn is not your mate. Oberyn, Oberyn is not your mate. If that's what he's talking about,
Oberyn.
Yeah, I get it, but not really. There's a lot of venom in what he's saying. It's a lot in what he's saying. Pastors, everybody, it sounds like Clayton. You will never understand until you experience it. Okay, very few of them do own up to men, that what they did 10, 20 years ago was evil. I rest my case. Oh my shit. That brother don't collect shege from a woman somewhere. You can't tell me nothing. Why is it gotta be a man that's hurt? I said what I said. You need to find healing. I said what I said. Find healing, because you go collect again. You're not running from women. You're obsessed with women. And that was the original problem, by the way. But it showed up. You're trying to paint it into something else. Yeah. You go still collect with that mindset. So it's sad, as a mother, I felt the pain of his parent. I think it includes alimony too. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Alimony, child support is not really the issue here, by the way. It's people not... this is just a worst case scenario. It's people not getting the skills they need. Yes, even inside of marriage. Before marriage, no, I don't really care about what you learn before marriage. I tell you guys that all the time. It's good for you. Shout out to yourself. Congratulations. You learned everything you should learn before marriage. If you're not obsessed with crisis and conflict handling, you didn't learn anything before marriage. If all you know is that both of you should love each other, just make sure you marry a kind person. If that's what you learned before marriage, you don't know shit. Let's see here. I'm getting there. Chia, I'll get to your comment in a session very soon here. I think I see your name coming up. Kind 2423. Shout out to Kind 2423. Speaking of kindness, you should be kind. You be kind. Stop looking for kind spouses. You be kind. Okay? You become as kind as you need to be, and you attract what you are. Okay? Kind 2423 said, raising a child is a full time. The courts know that. Majority of the time, the mothers are feeding, clothing the child, not the father. I agree with that, except that any law can be manipulated, especially if a man is naive and he thinks he can use masculinity to solve the problem. That man go collect. Any law can be weaponized. That's the point we're making here, ladies. The child support law in United States is weaponized a lot. It has nothing to do with the person's desire to care for his children. That's not the conversation. Okay? Everyone should take care of their children. And a person who doesn't want to take care of his children deserves a child support lawsuit. Okay? The person says, does it cost $15,000? No, wait. The question the person said, okay, let me say, wait. So some people came for kind 2420. They said, does it cost $15,000 to raise 2 children in the US? Yes, depends on their lifestyle. If they were used to a certain lifestyle, I keep telling you, it's not about the size of money. This is another example of myopic mindset. It's not about $15,000. Okay? It's not about $15,000. $15,000 with respect to how much money does it make every month. That's how you do it. If you don't know how much money he makes every month, you cannot ask this very stupid question. If you know how much he makes every month, and then you now come back and say, I still think it's a stupid question, because again, if those kids are used to a certain lifestyle, the judge is going to ensure, especially if you've hired a very good lawyer, that they maintain that same type of lifestyle. Does it cost $15,000 to raise some children in America? Are you okay? Yes. Okay. Not your children, obviously, right? But yes. So your write-up is the main reason why women are not getting married anymore. This is a shaming language, and it was edited. The court only looks out for itself. It's okay to edit, by the way. I'm only calling it out when it seems like the person no get sense. The court only looks out for itself and not the well-being of the child. No, the court is looking out for the well-being of your child because you couldn't keep your household together. It's not a crime. You just don't know what you don't know. And you refuse to get help when you need it the most. Because to you, common sense is all you need. It's as simple as that. $15,000 is just too much. Only common sense will say $15,000 is just too much. Too much to what? What's the reference? Say, oh God, you speak too much English. Exactly. A large portion of the child support fund is for the court. That's not true. A man who has managed his life, you can say a large portion is for the lawyers. That part. But even that is not true. A man who has managed his life and career well before mingling with this woman is now the issue. He self-deleted himself. That's a very sad situation, but that's not something you and I can speak to for or against. You should just shut up when you get to that point. Just shut up, okay? Women will always support each other, but I pray this does not happen to your brothers or sons. The reality is that women, from my observation, actually do a poor job at supporting each other. Another point in the poto. Now, let her take care of both kids herself. Shaming language. It doesn't work. Well, let her take it. She will take care of. She doesn't have a choice. It's you that you are interpreting this case this way that we need to talk to. Okay? You will collect shege if this is your mindset. You never see anything yet. Wait for it. Let her take care of both of our kids herself. Our reputation, I'm doing all the action this person is doing, typing this. Her reputation is damaged and no reason man would want to ever deal with her and her family. Social media and the internet do not forget. Oh Lord. Okay, thank you, Jimmy, for giving me a break. Finally, somebody is allowing me. Somebody remember to let me breathe so I can. Let's dance a little bit.
Let the poor breathe.
Let the poor. Thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you. Where are we? Anyway, so Kind 2024-23 said, again, very self-centered comment. You're victimizing the fathers instead of holding them accountable. Men need to take their responsibilities seriously. If you're not capable of being a father, or don't want to pay child support, don't procreate. It's that simple. Don't come and cry when you are held responsible for your own actions by the court. She lost 50 points because she missed the point that is about child support laws, not child support. Okay, that man who is talking over there will get a 0. J-man, or man, something like that. He gets a 0 because he's on the extreme end, right? He's the victim. No, I didn't give you 0. It's just that you're a victim. Now we need to help you up. You're a victim. I need that soundbite too. Right? So they're both missing the point. Gentlemen, my point to you is that the child support laws, family courts, is most likely not going to go in your favor if you end up in that system. The only thing that will work in your favor is you getting the skill set you need to lead your household, divorced or not. I'm not even talking about divorce. You can divorce, but you're still responsible for that woman and the child she had for you. Particularly the emotional centeredness you need to manage that forever relationship. It's forever. Why? Because that relationship exists for the rest of the life of those kids, which means for the rest of your life, hopefully. That's what it means. It's not in your favor to be thinking African women are out to get you. That your self-sabotaging is going to destroy you. It's going to destroy you, because now you fall into another kwekus, and now that person will show you shege 5 years from now, and you'll be like, oh, it's just all African women. No, it's you. You're the common denominator. There's something about you that's attracting toxic women, or you don't know how to keep a household together. It's one of those two. It could be many things. And you can be a very smart, intelligent, multiple six-figure earner, by the way. Just letting you know, if you see results, you have to know that the best truth is the results you're generating. Anyway, it's the laws, they're not going to go in your favor. Don't do whatever you need to do to be a man and keep everything outside of the. And by the way, let's say somebody's mad enough after you're a man. Let's say the very rare occasion, right? And that person just wants to show you shege. They told you once upon a time they're going to destroy you. So now they are dragging you in court. Baba, as long as we're breathing, it's a game. Learn the game, bruh. Learn the game. What do you mean? Learn the game. And it doesn't mean you're going to try to hurt her. That's not what it means, because you will hurt yourself if you do that. By the way, if she's dragging you with child support, which many women do, she's hurting herself already. Now, if you know that and you know that and you know that for a fact, you will just calm down, just drink water. I say, okay, there's something I need to learn here. As long as there's a human being involved and they care. I'm not talking about they say they don't care. I'm saying they actually care. You're able to read and know that this, because the person that don't care is not just going to be dragging you. The person that's indifferent, they can't wait to get rid of you. They just, I don't want in my life anymore. I don't want to have anything. The person that, only people that care, right, are dragging you. It might be in the form of hate, right? But there's the person that's dragging you. If they care, then you have a certain level of power that you just don't know how to use. That's all I'm saying. That's this conversation. This conversation is not gender warrior conversation. It's not men and women against each other. Okay? It's about people self-sabotaging because they always think the other side is evil. They would rather play the victim than learn their own power. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, Daniela says payments were $1,900, not $15K. Stop the lie. It won't matter. And the update I was sharing with you guys earlier is that he just got an order. Saw on Facebook somewhere allegedly that recently they just ruled for $10,000 plus per month. He was on $1,900. Of course, you won't see that in paper yet if it's not filed. It takes a while to file it. The fastest courts in this nation still might take 24 hours before they file the paperwork. So you might not see in the public record if the death certificate beats it to it. Do you understand? So you might not see everything. Investigators, everything is public. So I say you don't know what you don't know. What we're saying is a possibility of what happened is that there was a new court ruling that was hefty. He lost custody because of a potential violence that happened, right? Or something about holding them hostage at gunpoint, and then took himself out. Obviously, we know it ended up in that same angle, right? There was a ruling for allegedly there was a ruling for $10,000 plus. Is that possible? Yes. If you're making $300,000, if you're making $300,000 a year and you're already pissed off the judge, no, but he's such a gentleman, you can't piss off the judge. Says, ooh. So that lady is actually right when she said the partners are the one that know each other. Your parents don't know you like the person that you're consistently having sex with to the point that you're having kids. That's a fact. It doesn't mean you're still not gentle. It's just irrelevant on Jorawon. Okay? How you act with the person that you're having sex with on the regular, that you're doing life with, the people outside don't know. They don't know that stuff. They will never know you. Doesn't matter. And it doesn't mean they're pretending. It's just that person has the power to bring the worst out of you. And you see all those comments across social media. Majority of people are making those comments. Everybody said he was such a nice guy. May we not marry a knife as a wife? Whereas we're talking about somebody that we actually self-deleted. So we're not getting the necessary lessons we're supposed to be getting out of it. We're just catching crews, looking for a way to pick a side, as opposed to, wait, these were human beings. Could this be me ever? Yeah. Oh no, that would never be me. I'm never that angry. Says who? If you never get angry, you're actually worse. Because you're not going to know that gene. Because sometimes we need to know what you're feeling so we can know what we're dealing with. Anyway, somebody, Jayamaj, came back and said, the court only looks out for itself and a portion of the child support goes to the court. It's called fees, okay? Not a portion of child support. And you're exaggerating it, like somebody who has been hurt by the child support court. Or hurt somehow, some way, and you're just regurgitating stupid talking points. Men in the US no longer marry like they used to. No, that's marry who? That means women are not marrying. That's both sides. It's a double-edged sword, right? So if people are not marrying, people are not marrying. Which one is men are not marrying? Oh, because men choose to marriage? Stop the cap. We just celebrated Ife today. She's going to get married. And that looks like a very healthy relationship, in my opinion. Stop the cap. They no longer rest. You could tell this one. He said, we take our passport overseas in search of love and not be tied by the crazy Western court system. I pray that this does not happen to your brother soon or soon. Dear my son Colette today. Oh. Hey. Dear my Odo. Olodo.
Sorry.
Dear Marge is probably one of my brothers. He just needs to learn. Yeah. Obìnrin is obìnrin. Women are not your mates. Anywhere you go in the world. If you've been watching the Passport Bros long enough, you know this. Obìnrin is not your mate. Anywhere you go in the world, now Obìnrin, you go meet there now. They're poor feminine. Says who, Baba? You collect.
Oh my days.
Oh Lord. Tia, you're still there? I'll get your comment, I promise. I'm just cooking some content that we can probably release over the next few days. Everything are content. Forget that thing. Anyway, so let's see. You must not know how the court calculates child support. Okay. Please go take a course on this, then come back to edit your comments. He's talking to Daniela. Because Daniela is saying it's not $15,000. He got hit with something significant recently. That's probably why he lost his mind. Probably. You must not know how the court calculates child support. Please go take a course on this, then come back to edit your comment. In MD, for 2 children, 25% of your income goes to child support. Case closed. It could be true, but the lesson is don't end up there. The lesson is not that African women are your enemy. That's not the lesson. That's a terrible lesson. The lesson is not that you should take a passport and go overseas. If you were going to do that, you would have done that already. You're full of shit and you're just crying wolf about something else. Woman's value isn't only in marriage. Ha! Hey, Alonjo. Another one, don't call me no.
Oh my days.
We have a... Oh Lord, Lord help me. The problem is that people like Gia March, they attract each other. They attract the opposite extreme end of themselves. Shout out to Gracious Graceness with the £10. I appreciate it, bro. Let me take another sip real quick. Oh man, awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Thank you, gracious Green. So, Jum, he called you out. So you're going to be the one to educate him on what we're talking about in the chat. He said, Kai, the auntie at Beyond Beauty, don't begin the spraying already with the H. I beg, who is Ife? Who are these people? Prestige fam. I salute all of you now. Welcome, brother. Thank you for the support. All right, so my life as Raphael, he said, woman's value isn't only in marriage. He was just a bitter father and he killed himself. No one asked him to kill himself. He did. He held his family at gunpoint, and that is wickedness. All right, my life as Raphael. Lord, how do I start? If you can say this out loud on the internet, damn. Whoever is married to you, Jesus Obaye. Anyway, let's keep going. My Mr. Man, child support is based on income. It can never be 1900 per child. Yeah. And that person,
You are a mumu man.
and they said it with their full chest too. Child support could never be $1,900. Even though the screenshot all over the place of the fact that he had an order for $1,900 that he wasn't even paying up to date all the time, but he was paying $1,900. The father-in-law showed a screenshot. And Obìnrin is my mate too. My representative now only one is my like your soulmate. Oh, this brother is gonna fall in love. And Obìnrin or one or two? Abi, you have one already. Tell us.
You they use your function to play.
Tell us. No, you don't worry. You carry your own bones of bones, and you will be your own Obìnrin with your full chest. Okay, with your full chest. You'll be simping for her. All by yourself. Oh Lord. So thank you for the 5 pounds. I appreciate you. I'll play this one for you. Yeah. Gracious Goodness found someone though. He said Obìnrin is his soulmate. Anyway. So okay, I think we got to Chiye's comment here. She said, Chiye, my G, she said, IKENNA wasn't married. So whether one is married or not, once you have children, you will have responsibility for child support. It's really sad that he lost his life. I wished all parties put their emotions on the side and address the matter at hand. You know what? You got 100. Even though you didn't say child support law, but I'm being partial. Okay? You get 100 for that, Chiye. Absolutely. Let me see though. Did I reply? Oh, I did reply. I think I saw this. Yeah. Buji said he didn't lose his life. He took his. Hey, another one. Another one. He took his own life. He's selfish and is no victim. The only victim is the child. Buji Black.
How fast do we hear of this?
I pray for you and your romantic relationship. You will figure it out in Jesus' name. Let me say that. Say amen. Amen.
Are you playing? What type of playing is this? This is playing.
No, but good observation. I think we found out that they did marry. We don't know, but some people are saying they actually did court marriage. They just never made it to the wedding. There were all kind of conflicting stories that are basically, based on your point here, is irrelevant. You have a child and you don't know how to keep that relationship together and not end up in court, you will end up with child support lawsuits. It's very simple. Okay. Now, if your partner end up with me and they say you're not paying, I'll be the one to advise them first. If he's not paying, you can't force him, but he's responsible. You have to make him accountable. Go to the court and file the paperwork. How could you do that to your own brothers? What do you mean? We don't want to take care of the children. Like me. Of course, we have to take care of the children. Or you have disagreement. Sometimes it's true. They might tell me stories. Sweet story. I can find them out. Trust me. My clients are all over the place. They will tell you. When they tell me bullshit, I call it out. Okay? I can find them out. They would tell on themselves one way or the other. Okay? So, but no, you're not paying and you're not doing anything and you just walking scot-free. No, you'll file a lawsuit now. That's what the courts are there for. They will file. That's what it's there for. Okay? But somebody said, no, Chinye, he didn't lose his life. He took it. They will be the first to tell us that we didn't know that before. That's the problem with truth tellers. They don't get it. Be barakuni. Anyway, I think there was another comment you left somewhere though. Well, in Nigeria, the woman and children would likely, shout out to Patricia, would likely get absolutely nothing unless we have the court documents. We won't know the truth. That's another angle. My life as Raphael, who I prayed for their marriage earlier on, said 100%. Hopefully, there will be active courts that will hold irresponsible men accountable like this. Amen. All right. The point of this video is that it's not just irresponsible men that end up with unfair child support rulings. Sometimes there's an extremely embittered woman with some very poisonous venom that say, I will show you shege, and the system is actually built in their favor by men to protect women and children. And now we're seeing the downside of it, and it needs to be reformed to prevent people that manipulate the system to hurt a person that they just hate. That's what we're saying. It has nothing to do with child support itself. People should take care of their children, and irresponsible men should be held accountable. I absolutely agree with that. But I have to make sure that I'm painting this and driving this home so that you can be aware. So that next time you see somebody saying child support is unfair, you're not so quick to say, what do you mean it's unfair? Don't you want to take care of a child? You'll be like, what happened? You have some empathy and say, what happened? You don't have to wait until it's your son or your brother to say, what happened? Okay, why don't you try this? Why don't you talk to a counselor? Why don't you talk to... Okay, because if that person is with an ex that's bitter, and we're talking about a man, there's a lot of forces against them. Okay, we're talking about situations that will make people say, let me go back to Nigeria, let me disturb, because they're saying a percentage of your income must go this direction, and it's nothing other than the person doesn't want. You've actually tried to have conversation with the person. They'll rather just use the court for reasons best known to them. So they're digging hands into your paycheck before you touch it. And some of you are making it equals to you should want to take care of your children. No, it's not that simple. If somebody is digging hands into my paycheck before I touch it, I can feel some type of way. I have the right to feel some type of way, right? But what I was telling the brothers is that overreaction or just painting all African women as the same as just evil women is probably going to make you hurt yourself more. That's what I was telling the brothers. All right, so it's more to it. Betty Angel says he can challenge that in court. That's a good point. What his father-in-law said seems realistic. I agree, even though he didn't have much credibility. The father-in-law was saying some things that make sense, because a lot of African women try to avoid paying child support, not realizing it follows them. Okay, that's another angle. Some would have heard that, oh, African women want to use it to hurt you, so they will now be trying to cook up measures to avoid it. You go collect. They will find you out. You won't have your life of freedom. If you can't have credit, you can't use your own name as income. You are using all kinds of LLCs. That's another accusation that the father-in-law said he was using LLCs all over the place for services. There's something called, somebody said, oh, we know if his license is revoked or something like that, or he's only making money in New York, not that part, this part. He's only making in New York and Maryland, and that's it. That's not true. Okay, that's not true. I'm a consultant. And I work with a lot of doctors that take side gigs as consultants. Okay, it's extra nice income that they make on top of. They have a little small vacation or something, they will take it, or they just want a little break from their regular. Is he hiding those type of income? Possibly. Did he create a consulting company somewhere where he hired some doctors to be working for him, but he's making some money from that, but he's hiding it in trust? And there was a guy that was on that free show that was saying you can hide it in trust and stuff. There are lawyers that are paid enough to uncover all those things. So just so you know, you pay a lawyer good amount of money, they will find everything out. And the judge will say, child support is like your taxes. It's taxes. Yeah, on my job, you have to take care of them. Why? Because you were trying to cut corners, because you're overreacting to Clayton once upon a time on the internet saying all African men are out to hurt you. So you self-sabotage. For either side you fall in, when you overreact, you will self-sabotage. You will hurt yourself. You slap yourself in the face trying to defend yourself. So now realizing that it follows them that their social security will be garnished after retirement, he could have easily paid 2,000. We don't know if he could have easily paid that. Easily BT Bawu. He could have easily paid $2,000 per month as a cardiologist. Maybe. The story is too fishy and there is more to it. If he pied himself for this, his death is unfortunate. He did not get good advice. I could rock with that. I think, okay, I asked, what if a new monthly payment of $10,000 was awarded a day before the unfortunate event? This person didn't answer yet. So shout out to Cherish Olivia TV. A lot of factors definitely contributed towards this passing. I agree with that 100%. Tony Rowe says, I've been there giving my sons, fathers, many opportunities to pay without going to the court. But again, he quit jobs and giving me the run around. Stop making excuses for men like this. Okay, so Tony is assuming that all men who are complaining that the child support laws are unfair are people that are basically trying to evade and run from their baby mother and not trying to pay. That's the assumption that Tony Rowe is making. That's why Tony Rowe is saying, I am making excuses for our own person. I don't know your husband, Tony Rowe. I don't know who you slept with or have children with. I wasn't talking about them. And guess what? You're right. That person is quitting jobs, running away. Your story is valid.
Well, you're right.
But I wasn't talking about your husband, lady. I wasn't. I promise you, I wasn't. That is just your one story, right? So Valentine is coming. Time to give love. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate that. Mario says Nigerians are cruel to each other, very much to people who eliminate themselves. We still see as a shame and cowardice. It makes me sad. Mario, you get that, right? Yeah, sad. It's sad. He said that was a foolish comment. If you take your life, you still lost your life. Yeah, that person's a dumbass. I'll just even say that person's a dumbass. I said that. Anybody that insinuated, if you come to this platform and you say, and you said he said anything remotely close to he deserved it or anything like that, you're a dumbass. Okay, and if that hits wrongly, that's okay. Don't come back here again. We have 6,000 subscribers. Only 5 of us are here right now. We're happy with it. All right. But if you gather your brain, I'm not going to teach you. Go and find somebody to tell you why that's a dumbass statement to make. That's not the comment I was talking about. I responded to someone. Okay, I think there was another one. It's gonna come up. Yeah. Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, under this comment we're on right now. Yeah, I'll find it. Let's see. Terrible. Okay, yeah, it's this one. I actually. So I wasn't talking about your husband, Tony Rowe. I wasn't. I promise you. But again, he quit jobs, giving me, stop making excuses for men like this. No, you stop making every man the man that you dealt with. Stop that. You will self-sabotage if you do that. You're essentially the same person as Clayton when you do that. You make everybody the same person you've dealt with. You will self-sabotage. There are good people with good skill set that can sustain a good relationship, but they're not coming to you if you're hurt, if you have poison. Okay, they will run from you every day. I'm not saying that's you, I'm saying just in case. And don't call them men. They are emotionally unstable little boys. Men take responsibility and accountability, period. I don't care what you think. Oh, people that say I don't care, usually they care more than we ask them to care. And the reality is that we actually don't care.
Don't care, don't care, don't care, still don't care. I don't care, I don't care.
We actually don't care. And the fact that you will leave a long sentence, comment, thesis, comment, it's a telltale sign that you care. So I don't believe you. And of course, I don't care what you think about the USA legal system, because if men take responsibility for their actions, most women don't want to go to court unless they are greedy, money hungry women. Okay, and they are most. What's the numbers? But you have some exceptions here, right? We were talking about the greedy, hungry, money hungry women. So you're mixing all kind of points together. We don't even know which side you're falling on. Are you talking about the greedy, money hungry women, or you're talking about most women? The most loudest noise on this platform are made by the weirdos, the greedy, money hungry women, or men that don't know what they're doing. Okay? But we just don't want it. There's certain situations, they are still minority, but they are one too many. If a person took themselves out because of family issues, that's one too many. We don't need that to be 3% before we say, hey, let's check, hey. Can you talk to the people around you if anybody's trying to weaponize the system? Like any system gets weaponized, we need to make sure we block them while we still make sure that the people that actually need it gets to use it. So that's all we're saying. So responsibility, grown women, greedy men, women ungrown. Most grown women want the men to be, a lot of the grown thing is you're using terminologies to drive home a point. I get that. Most grown women want the men to be accountable and responsible, period. What do you mean period? There's no period there. Jesus Christ. Okay, it meant like in period. And so many men who still act like little boys complain about taking accountability, and that's why the government made a system like this, period. You can't put actual spell out period. You actually have to put a period in your type up so I can read it like a human being. I need commas and actual periods like a dot. Not period you say out loud with your thumbs at work. Shout out to Tony Rowe. I drag you small, but you get 0 on this one. Complete 0. He took his life because he'd rather kill himself than take responsibility. That's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say. And you should be ashamed of yourself for saying that. Wow, it's all I can say. Change your mindset. It seems a bit one-sided and selfish. No, you're selfish. You were actually talking about your son's father. And you need to seek the help that you need. That's what you need to do. I was speechless when I saw it. So, of course, I said, why is anyone alive trying to comprehend why another human being would take themselves out completely? That's my main question to you right now. These comments are so scary. It's like, no wonder. So you told me the story of a terrible man that you attracted that wouldn't want to pay. And then you want me to be surprised. I'm not surprised based on what you just typed. It's terrible. You will continue to attract men like that if you don't change your ways. So, Chinye, this is the comment you're talking about. Chinye said, did you ever watch the show and listen without projecting from your personal experiences? At Man of Prestige was not making any excuses for men and had a balanced view on this matter. I am one of the women at the short end of the stick. Don't I know? But I can put my personal frustrating experiences aside to hear him clearly so that I can extract the necessary lessons. I know it's hard not to project at times, especially when we've been experiencing something similar, but we need to work on getting some healing so that we don't project when tragic situations like this happen. You see, Prestige family getting 200. She got another 100. 200. 200. This is what we're talking about. The best of them so far got a 95. 200. Chinye, you get sense. That's exactly what I just said. That's exactly what I just said. It's terrible. Write a type up just to tell us that you're hurt. Why don't you just seek help? Oh no, but it was the other person's fault. Why don't you hold the men accountable? No. You complaining. I don't know that person. Sorry, they are a bad person. I don't know them. You, why don't you seek the help that you need? Of course, my life as Raphael came back and tagged me and said he killed himself and he should be held accountable. How you want to hold a dead person accountable? Does that even make any? That's a very, very stupid thing to say. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're not telling us anything new. We knew that he killed himself, but you're repeating it to drive home. You want to hold a dead person accountable? Does that make any sense? Tell us the rest of your story till my life as Raphael. He should not be held accountable, not his former wife. If you listen to me long enough, I barely touched, I don't even know her name. She's Chi something. I barely touched us because honestly, I think she's a victim of the circumstances, just like the children, just like him. You have no idea when people hit their threshold. You have no idea what voices people are hearing in their head. And then you're going to sit there and just judge a person. And you think I'm just going to let that slide. I wasn't going to let it slide. Thank God that you slowed me down today. I wasn't going to let that slide. Terrible. You're a terrible person. You need to fix that. Yes, I said it. Tony Rowe came back and tagged Tony Chinye, said, yes, I watched it again, that the mindset you all have, never wanting to take accountability or responsibility and pointing blame on systems. And if this man, again, Tony Rowe is typing with no actual periods, but probably going to say period in a second. Terrible. Terrible. Tony Rowe, I remember this name. I feel like he's somebody that's engaged us in the past. It's kind of sad. It's sad. You need to fix this mindset. Yes, it is systems. It is systems. When people break the law and it's a crime, there's a reason why there's a difference between family law and criminal law. Okay? Unless it doesn't pay child support, which is kind of like taxes, he's not going to go to, they're not going to take him to jail. You could sue him all you want for civil cases. You can fight it. They will file judgment. He won't be able to get past his judgment. He can garnish his wages. But it's not criminal. You know why? Because even the court system recognizes a systemic thing. And they use systems to fix it. But you're sitting here, you're pointing blaming finger. You're calling us pointing blaming finger. We're not going to argue. We will only create content with this. Just so you know. We're not going to argue. Now I will just give you free advice. Like a gay type of advice. You need to talk to someone. This is not good. It doesn't look good. It's not about Dr. IKENNA. It's about you now. You put yourself out, not me. Okay? It's about you now. It's not about Dr. IKENNA or the ex-wife or girlfriend, whoever it is. It's about you now. It's how you interpret life events. That's why we cover trendy topics so we can extract life and relationship lessons from them. Not just so we can catch crews and express stupid opinions. The opinion is stupid. No, I don't allow every opinion. I don't know if you know that. No, I do, but I will also give my own opinion. I do allow every opinion, but I also give my own opinion. And you will give me a chance to give my own opinion. So I haven't seen this. Yes, I watched it again, and the mindset of take responsibility, accountability, and pointing blame on system. If these men get put in the systems because they are either greedy or just plain selfish and not wanting to take responsibility, no women truly want to file. You're lying. There are women that understand they can weaponize this, and they're starting to weaponize it. That's the point. Okay? And I'm telling men, don't wait until you end up in that situation. It wasn't a message for you at all. The message for you, if anything, is go and file a lawsuit if a person is irresponsible. You should do that. That's the only message I gave. on this for women. For men, I said, don't end up in that system, because you never know. If you end up in that system, it will drag you. Yes, even like there are many men that will say, what about the money I give you? What about this one? What about this one? What if I say, well, I gave you money. Did you report that? I told you the story that there are people, there's somebody that have no income. They went to Nigeria. By the time they came back, they have a $20,000 bill. So me, I should come and be telling you all the stories. And then tell you it's everybody, it's every woman that acts like that. Like, come on. It's not true. It's a systemic issue. There's a loophole in the system. You best believe somebody is going to weaponize it. That's a fact of life. And that's all we're talking about. Oh, Lord. Because they are either greedy and blah, blah, blah. But most men don't want to pay. So who suffers? We have to be willing to tell the truth. See? Truth teller. Tony is a truth teller. Tony, shout out to you. I know that name. That name sounds very familiar. But this one, you're off. Chinye is back. Chinye, I didn't see all this. So when did this happen? 2 days ago. You see, you notice I'm just hitting like on them, right? This video is in no way encouraging men to not take responsibility or accountability or responsibility. If he was in support of men not taking responsibility or accountability, he would not have acknowledged that there are some deadbeat dads. Even tag the timeline. Thank you, Jerry. I definitely agreed with you that some men, no matter how you try to work with them or be lenient, that's Tony's story, right? Now we can talk about that. If you tell us the rest of your story, we can focus on yours and help on that. But don't come into this video and generalize it and make it about they're making excuses for all men. No, you thought we were making excuses for the men you've dealt with, and it's simply Jesus, Chiye. Oh my God. Okay, before I read this, everybody hit the like button right now. Hit the like button before I read. This is a long one you're talking about. Hit the like button right now. Hit the like button. All 5 of you getting this free thing right now. I'm 5 hours night all by myself. Okay, well, Jim helped me a little bit earlier. That's crazy. Chidima Alpha, how you doing? Welcome, Chidima. MOP, why are you giving us grammar lessons? Me mamo, she must have grammar ni problems. After that comment, I had a longer one when she responded to me. I'm going to read. I'm just saying it for the first time. I am going to read. She came back with another nonsense like, what? You had time too. You had time. I should take 50 points away from that time that you have, but it's okay. I'll leave you alone, Chinye. I was shocked that after reading my comments, she come with that response. I don't get it. I get it. It's pain. Pain is a bastard. If you have pain and you don't walk through healing, you will basically be looking for people to dish shege to all around the internet streets. Okay? Feelings are not your mate. And when people are triggered and in their feelings, it's all over. Chidima gets it. Yep. You guys get it, of course. She. Yeah. Gracious going to say, which video is that you are reacting to? It's called Dr. IKENNA on our platform. It's called What Truly Happened to Dr. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's called What Really Happened to Dr. IKENNA and His Tragic End. So, oh my God. Okay, so let me see. So Chinye said, okay, this video is in no way, okay, so I was still reading that and then it dropped down, right? However, in this, okay, child support, I'm trying to scan back to where I was. I definitely agree with you that some men, no matter how they try lenient, they do not want to pay child support at all, and it needs to be addressed in court, speaking from personal experience. However, in this particular video, Ola is addressing how men should be adults and be aware of responsibilities that arise when you procreate a child and should make wise decisions before embarking on a relationship to do so. What are the responsibilities, I may ask? Being aware that he needs to be financially responsible for his seeds, and or being aware that child support will be a responsibility that will arise if the romantic relationship is to break apart. That is what he's implying here. Ola, please correct me if I'm wrong. he is also advising men to put their emotions in check. Yes, if you go into that court with your emotions, you cannot beat a woman at that. You see what just happened in this text right here? Yeah, that will be your real life. Right? If not, they will start doing things like avoiding court cases, not paying child support at all. That is a way of him holding men accountable. Yeah, I was telling them, don't do it. Just whatever you do, try to avoid going to court with a woman who has venom for you. When he's talking about the system, he's letting people to be aware that yes, they might feel slighted by the system by feeling like the amount they are being asked to pay is way too much. Yes, the amount, even if it's 1 kobo, if you feel that woman doesn't deserve it, feelings, I said it in the video, I think, you're going to feel like it's unfair. It's not about $15,000. It's about periods. I don't want to give her my money. I don't want her to live a lifestyle around my money, whatever the amount is. That's the real issue. I don't want anybody digging hands into my money without my control because some court ruled against it because some woman didn't want to agree with me. And of course, it's possible, I'm not saying that's your story, Tony. It's possible that I'm being dragged, right? I'm being dragged when she's just mad at me with child support. Like, why is that so hard to understand? It's possible that now she said, I don't want to come to the table, but I've actually tried in the past. It's possible that he's actually lying, but that's what he remembers, and that's the story he's telling. It's possible that, yes, he's actually trying to get you out on the street, homeless. It's very unlikely that people just want to hurt each other. It's more likely that they are caught up in their emotions when we're talking about this, and they can't really see that they are being unkind. They can't even see it. You have to call them out of their name sometimes to get their attention. Because people like us, we talk too diplomatic. They won't get their attention. It's when we call them out of their name that you get their attention sometimes. Why? Because feelings, your emotions are that powerful. That's why we ask you, take control of it. It's an emotional, intelligent thing to not say a person who took their own life deserve it in any shape, form, or the other. It's not, you're not smarter than us. You don't know truth better than us. It just tells us more about your mindset. That's all it tells us. And you would do anything in the name of I'm telling the truth. It's not good. It's terrible behavior. It's destructive, and if you argue with it, that's with your destiny. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Now I'm the truth teller. Let's see. Let's keep going. Allah, please correct me if I'm wrong. He's also advising men to put their emotions in check. If not, they will start doing things like avoiding court cases, not paying, or overreacting in front of a judge. A judge has the power to show you shege. No, the law is the law. No, it's not. It's subjected to their interpretation and how they choose to, of course, within certain confinement. But no, it is not black and white. You will collect shege. They are lenient to others than the others. If you don't know how to behave yourself, you're angry at your ex-wife, you go into that court, you will come back and be crying to us like Tyrese. Right? It's my right, it's my right. I'm going to put this judge on blast. Hey, good luck. That is a way of him holding men accountable. Okay. When he's talking about the system, he's letting men to be aware that yes, they might feel slighted by the system by feeling like the amount is too much, irresponsible, but instead of being irresponsible, they should seek wise counsel and negotiate. Thank you for using that word, Chinye. Negotiate instead of allowing things to fester to result in a tragic loss like IKENNA. Oh no, it's not tragic loss. He did it to himself. Again, you think you're smarter than us. See? You're not smarter than us. We just chose to have sense. That's all. He also discouraged the rhetoric men like Clayton is pushing out there of gender war against women, which is not helping anybody. Again, holding men accountable. And that is more complex than gender war rhetoric. On the other hand, he's advising women to be aware that their lawyers, thank you, I forgot I said that, Chinye, that their lawyers usually do not have their best interest at heart, but are pushing for the most money from the woman, pushing for the most money that the woman will get. The fee you're paying, the money you will get. The lawyer is not your new husband. They just want to fill their pockets. That's their job. So how do they do that? They have to drag the father of your kids. They have to drag him woto. You're not there when you open those letters and he's pissed off all over again. And you have no idea what kind of emotions and rage is going through him when he's doing that. And we're talking about the father of your kids. So it's not as simple as I don't care. No, you do care. Now you just want to drag. You just want to drag him. You do care. Stop lying. Maximizing financial outcomes at the cost of real solutions. Not you. The lawyers will help you in doing that. Okay? I told you guys, one of my clients recently told me, like, she's stressed out because the lawyer is trying to get her to get more out of him. And she's like, no, I don't want to do all that. Like, I just want peace. And they are trained to convince you and sell you that don't be unfair to yourself. To some extent, I said, no, you need to hire a lawyer so you can make sure that your interests are protected. Not go there and get greedy, because they would say some things to you to help you get greedy. Greed is an emotion. It's not something that bad people do. Nigerians, greed is an emotion. It's not something that bad people do. It's a double-edged sword. It can work or for against you. It can work against or for you. And lawyers will use that. And it's considered ethical until you can't even be on the same room. You can't see that your children are hurting. So I'm saying to both men and women, majority of the responsibility on the man, because he gets to recreate himself, at least. If you see certain disrespect, certain behavior, calm down. Be the man. We say that all the time. You're not going to come here and say we're excusing for men. That doesn't make any sense. Go somewhere else if that's how you feel. You're not going to come here and say that, because we don't make excuses for anybody. We're just trying to show you some insight deeper than the regular surface level myopic right or wrong. Let's just tell them the truth. No, you are telling a lie. You don't understand. Your feelings is one that's saying you are telling truth. It's everything you are saying is actually a lie. So Chinye continues, maximizing financial outcomes at the cost of real solutions. Let's be honest with ourselves. The attorneys usually try to maximize the income and are not necessarily looking out for the best interest of the family structure for their client. That's not their job. That is just the honest truth. But when our emotions are involved, there are high chances that we want the other party to hurt. You want them to hurt at your own level. Now realizing that your own level might be them self-deleting. Everybody's threshold is different. It's a mental thing. You don't get to jump out in the internet street and say somebody deserves taking themselves out. You should just shut up if you don't have something nice to say about that. I understand you. Sometimes you might be caught like, you shouldn't have. No, just shut up. If you can't say, I understand it might be difficult to say something nice. You should just say, Ogao. And know that those of us that say Ogao, you're not wiser than us. Is what I'm trying to tell you. It's just that we're also trying to be humble, like, so that we don't cross certain lines that we can't see, because it gets very blurry. It gets very blurry. You know that blurry, that blackout you're about to feel when you have anger against your baby father. That blur thing right there, right? When you get to that space, back off. It tells me you don't know how to back off when you're feeling rage. That's what it tells me. If you feel the need to tell me that somebody who self-deleted did it and they deserve it, that tells me that you don't know how to back off of rage, internal rage, your own issues, not Dr. IKENNA, you personally. That's what it tells me. And it's dangerous. Because by the time it's too late, unfortunately. Like Dr. IKENNA. You think Dr. IKENNA is hurting? No, you're wrong. She's hurting. from what we know as hurt, pain, as human beings. He's not hurting. He's gone. She's hurting. Those kids, we have to deal with these stories. We have no idea what the internet looks like 50 years from now when people are digging up what they wrote about their loved ones. We have no idea what it looks like. There, take it easy. Chill, man. Chill on that truth bullshit, man. Just chill. Relax. Relax. Let me take a deep breath. But then again, there are women. She is just looking for balance here. She's like, let me see if I can convince her. Nibo for where? I will bet on it right now that there's no convincing going on here. This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is content creation. It's for everybody else that will read this and learn from it. Okay? Me, I will not be arguing with my own destiny. I'm not doing it. She said, that is just the honest truth. But when our emotions are involved, there are high chances that we want the other party to hurt for whatever pain they've caused us. But then again, there are women that went to work with the men, but the men do not want to take care of their responsibility and not contribute anything at all. You are saying that again, like probably like the third time, just so you can appease. When people are caught up in emotions, it's the worst thing to try to appease them. Like, just let you warn you right now, okay? Simply just trifling, okay? Let's, of course, it's trifling to not be responsible for the children you made, but that wasn't the conversation, right? Let's all just extract the lessons and be wise. I hope I was able to explain where I was coming from. My apologies for the long post. She didn't come back with this one though, Chinye. She didn't come back with this one. She didn't come back to do any explanation on this one. I think she was good. Shout out to Tony. I know that name. I feel like that's like somebody who is my G. It's just not registering very well. So if I say anything that's a little offensive, I apologize in advance. Just content. But the other person that I don't know your name, collect every woto that comes with that. You're a bad person. You're a bad person. You should check yourself. If you could jump in comments and be saying nonsense. Not Tony. I know that name for some reason. I'm trying to recall where. My sister, so that people can begin to have which video is this one? Let's see. Oh, you sure did have time. Where do we begin? We need an audiobook version. Yes, judges have discretion. Like a whole human being sitting behind the desk saying, this is what the law says, but you're supposed to get 20. The person that came here yesterday, I gave them 3 and 6 months parole. I'm giving your ass 15. Are you yelling that? Right? Law is law. Black and white. Black and white is not.
Got him! Got him!
Let's just tell the truth. Truth tellers. Get my face with that. That was a long one, Chia. You put me to work. Let me see. This one has some long comment. I think the laws are too harsh on men. That's what Miss Priscilla said. Priscilla is Prestige Family. Shout out to her. I also think some women are taking advantage of the fact. I wish there was an instrument to measure true love before my marrying, or self-work. Self-work is the closest to it. I know it sounds like a broken record, but self-love is the closest to it. Adebusala said, if the men think the laws are too harsh when it comes to child support, let them fight in court for the primary custody of their children. That was the point of the video. It's very unlikely they will get primary custody in United States. I know Adebusala is in Nigeria, I think. No, they are holding men accountable. Most of you don't actively raise your children. You dump that on mothers. Jesus. Kind 24-23. That's not a kind to say, but it's okay. I'll move. I said, unless the mother has substance abuse and lack of safety for the children is substantially proven, it's unlikely for a man to win custody in court. Adibso said, if the man has always been involved in the children's care life, he can get 50-50 or any form of joint custody. Not if she means business. You ask me, what do I mean by means business? I gotta ask Clayton. Not ask Clayton. What it mean business? You think women don't pay child support? Oh God. I said, I do not think that. Because it's a simple question, right? I do not think women don't pay child support. Double negative. Women do pay child support. Somebody said, but this is not actually what happened. I said, please tell us what happened. Of course, there's nowhere to be found again. And it didn't have mental problem as the father-in-law is claiming. Oh Lord. And the name says African Nanyama. Nyasmi. African Nyasmi. Kindly said, really? Apparently there is multiple documentations, police reports filed. Lord help us. Bougie Black, this person is a bad person. Bougie Black Pina is a bad person. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. Oh, see, there's no sympathy for him. He chose to not wear a condom. A person had 2 children with a person. Is that a condom issue? Please, somebody help me in the chat. Somebody had 2 children with you. Is that really a condom issue? All right. He chose to off himself instead of taking accountability for his poor choice. That's the second time I'll see this kind of comment. This is bad behavior. Okay? Maybe you're not a bad person. This is bad behavior. You should be ashamed of yourself for that comment. Daniela supporting, yep, and it was men evil and controlling. You should be ashamed of yourself. Go self-correct. I said, where is this information? And then tagged me and said he held his child and their mother at gunpoint. Not only that, there are several documents. So you're not telling us anything new. If you watched our video long enough, you will know that we've already covered that. You're still wrong. So I said, too many people get mean and wicked when they are heartbroken. He is not here to tell his own side of the story. This comment is disgusting, not kind at all. Kind 2423 said, there's no justification for our abuse. There is. You are abusive to us right now, and you are trying to justify it. That means somehow you came up with a justification of it. Yeah, exactly. Not only that, you are also abusive to those children that lost their father, and you call it in the name of you're telling the truth. You see, exactly. You're abusive and you're trying to justify it at the same time, and you won't stop the shalaye. I have a feeling you won't stop. If you watch this video, you're going to try to do shalaye again. You're going to literally try to justify it. And then goes, yes, he took his life, which is sad. No, you don't mean that. But we can't ignore the fact. There's no facts in what you're saying. You're speaking your feelings. Ignore the fact that he was abusive. Maybe, we don't know that. But you are definitely being abusive in this comment. I'll tell you that right now. Kind 2423. Chinye came back. Chinye said, that's really cruel to say. We need to be careful at things that we say when it happens to others. My goodness, you do not know the full circumstances surrounding his life and what tipped him off to the edge. Now, wow. Chinye tag Daniela says, all these claims of him being abusive, you have no idea of the full story. People fight really dirty and they can go and make false claims of abuse. I do not trust Francis Van Leer as far as I can throw him. However, it is not right if it is the claim of being held them at gunpoint actually happened. If you're wondering what we're talking about the story. This is like a part 2, I guess, of Dr. IKENNA. Yes, we stopped talking about Ife. Shout out to Ife. Problems everywhere. My point is there are holes in this story and he is not here to defend himself. So let's take it easy when we're making these statements. Often times we project what's happening in our personal lives when incidents like this happen. We need to be mindful of that. If that was true, he would have spied them and proved himself to not just himself. No, it could have happened the way it happened. Some people have the other version of the story that he went to his own house after he heard the message. He now left and went to his own house and then just knew that there's nothing else to live for. People are speculating. It's all speculation, right? So we won't know until we won't know. I think there was more than enough lesson on the name Dr. IKENNA already. Even these reactions are more than enough lessons. Be careful how you interpret some of this stuff. Chinye, I personally will not be telling people that sometimes they hurt personally. Like I won't be telling them, I would generalize that, but I will not tell people. I wouldn't do that because they are sensitive to it. They know that's what's happening with them. They know hurt people. They know they are hurt. I can say that because I'm creating content. I don't care. I'll block you if I don't want to see you on my platform. I've blocked people on this platform, maybe 2 people ever. I barely ever, but I will if I have to, but this is a platform that YouTube gave me to offer my own value. I allow people to have opinions, but also I will call it out if you are moving completely mad. I will definitely call it out, and it takes me a while to get to that point. This one is extreme. If you want like a cookie cutter formula to what pushes Allah to the extreme, that it's life and death. It's very simple, life and death. If you involve life and death, that's it. That's the line drawn right there. Okay, and it doesn't have to happen as death first, but if you smell like it, right? If you're moving closer, I say, hey, back off, slow down. Okay, so of course I tagged kind. I said, you're right, unless you are the abuser. Of course, see, funny enough, I already said that. That was sarcasm, by the way. I said, if you were the abuser, then that's when suddenly all the rules change. No, I could never be an abuser, says who? Can you smell your own breath? Daniela Daniela, I say, just shut up. There is evidence to back up everything. Oh, Daniela. I said, I'm reading as we're going. I didn't remember all my interactions, so I actually did ask. I said, are you angry? It's like, what's that? Are you angry? And then shout out to Kind2423. Kind2423, whoa. This one has taken the way to another level. Kind2423 says, Madam, let's respect ourselves. He has a platform. No need to tell him to shut up. We are adults here. I didn't even think he was telling me to shut up. I thought he was talking to Chie, because I think they were engaging before. Yeah. This person is a weary. It doesn't matter who he's talking to, but Daniela is a weary. Daniela, you don't know where he is? Ask a friend who is in Nigeria. They'll tell you. So, Kind2423 said, no wala. It's okay. No wala, Kind2423. Let's be a little bit kinder. When we're addressing this stuff. You should marry a kind person. This is a good opportunity to be kind. And you're struggling all over YouTube comments. Jesus Christ. Everything we're talking about demonstrated itself in these comments. Can you imagine these people in your face angry and they feel like you've hurt them? They will go to any length to make sure you're destroyed. That's why I tell you, in love and war, all is fair. You need to learn the game. Don't wait for other people to be kind. Stop asking people to be kind. You remove yourself if people are not kind. And be kind. The benefit in being kind is for you. Stop asking people to be kind. That tells me something else about you. Like, why are you asking people to be kind? Are you attracting unkind people? Let's talk about you. I don't know any unkind people around me. I have seen the kind people around me be unkind because they are caught up in their emotions. They are upset. You get it? You get it?
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Chidima just joined us at 5 hours 46 seconds. She said, women also do pay child support equals to whataboutism. We've already talked about bundle stress. If she came back, I would have completely left it alone. I have tried. After that long one, I would hope so. But it was good.